finishing what you start. So finish through, follow through, and finish it. This is actually a great reminder for me. It just happened to be where I'm up to in the book that I'm going through at the moment, but something that I definitely resonate with. And I know talking to a lot of you guys out there, it will potentially resonate with you. And that is the idea of if you can finish something through and follow something through, it builds huge momentum to then follow on to the next thing. I'm definitely guilty of starting or working towards setting a goal, working towards that, or starting a new project. Maybe it's even a problem comes up. You think, okay, let's do this project that'll help solve that problem. And all of a sudden you breathe some life into it. You start seeing a bit of fruits from it. And then, something else comes up, or someone else sets a challenge for you, and then all of a sudden you start that one, and then you give that attention and you start to build that up. You start to see some fruits from that. And before you know it, especially if you keep repeating that, and I'm guilty of that, then you've got multiple projects or goals you're working towards, sometimes conflicting in different directions. And so they all sort of end up just sitting at this sort of like maintenance simmering level, rather than any of them actually reaching their climax, where they bear the most fruit that they can, and you can finish that off. Sometimes it's going to be something that is ongoing, but sometimes you're going to finish it off. And so you end up getting, some things get lots of attention, some things will get less, and some unfortunately just fall through the cracks because you have limited time or resources or that you can allocate to that. I'm not sure if that's something that resonates with you, but that's something that I know I've struggled with. And a lot of guys that I speak to also find that a bit challenging sometimes as well. But just really wanted to highlight the fact that it then ties into this idea of saying no. A lot of you have heard the power of saying no. A lot of you, I guess, often want to be able to say no to more things. Very, very important, because then if you can say no, you can then select the ideal projects and goals that are going to bear the most fruit, focus on that, and then see what comes through from that, but also finishing that, which again is the important part. That confidence that it can build is really, really, really powerful. It builds huge momentum. And I'm sure, I almost want to guarantee that anyone out there listening to this, if you're listening to our channel, this kind of content, there's a really good chance that you have felt that feeling of confidence completing a project all the way to the finish, even if it was challenging. Probably if it was more challenging, the more rewarding it is and the more confidence you can build from it. And then from there, moving on to the next project, and you take that confidence into that next one. Some of you may have found it, you might close a deal and you take that confidence into closing the next deal. Or you finish a hard task and you take that momentum into the next one. Maybe you're training towards something and you go for a run and you think, man, I did it. I finished that. Maybe it's the first time you ran 5K and you ran the full 5K. No walking in it. That's incredible. That's awesome. And you take that momentum into the next day and onto the next day's training. Really, really important. And really, really, really powerful, that momentum that can be built. The other thing I wanted to say is that it's not so much, this is just the reading and the bit of extra research I've been doing on this topic. It's not so much the task itself, which I'll come back to in a sec. It's not like that goal is extra important. I need to finish that, because sometimes there are going to be tasks and goals you're working towards that are less important maybe than others, or carry less weight than others. It's more the habit that you're wanting to form. So it's more that consistency, that habit, and that momentum that then comes from that habit, that then you start to see the fruits in business and personal. It also then becomes something that you are then known by, which then starts to move into that space of personal brand. If you can become known as someone who follows through, who finishes things, that then means that you become a dependable person. And one of my mentors that I listened to shared with me, you want to become the most dependable person that you know. That is a awesome goal to work towards. So always striving towards that. But if you become super dependable, people know I can depend on you, then that then also means you become a very trustworthy person. And especially in the line of work that a lot of you guys are doing, definitely in terms of the people who we help, trust is a massive thing. Especially if you're a builder, then people are going to be investing, in most cases, it's their biggest investment in their life. So trust is massive. So if you already have a track record and you have this momentum building and you have this personal brand that anyone who talks about you in a manner of, yeah, he's trustworthy or she's trustworthy, she's dependable. I know that if they say they're going to do something, they do it. that is priceless. You cannot buy that. And if you've been doing that and that's become the habit, then that becomes your personal brand. People know you by that. So when it comes time to make someone making a decision to do something with you, to partner with you, to build with you, or to do anything with you, do business with you, then all the work's been done, and it's so much easier then to take things to that next step and ultimately then close that off, as opposed to in that moment trying to build trust or trying to communicate. If you can have a track record already, it's incredibly helpful. That then flows back into what I was saying earlier in terms of, I did mention, it's not so much about the task, it's more about the habit. If you can focus on building the habit, then focus on, okay, it then becomes more important that I choose the right tasks. I choose the right goals, that select few rather than the many. Because if I'm going to be building this momentum, then I want to choose the right goals to then laser focus on, to then bear the fruit that I desire in the areas that I desire. Hope that's been helpful. Hope that's inspiring for your day, for your week. Wish you all the very best going out there and finishing off what you started today. I'm going to do that on my end, and we'll see you on the next video. See ya.